June 6th, 2022, Monday. Friend Kevin should be on his way up. Good news for him, the mosquito purge experiment yesterday of heating this cabin up to about 100 degrees. It seemed to work. Now last night I did have a little, just at one point for about a half hour, all of a sudden, whoom, there was a bunch of bugs around me here, but I don't know if they come up out of the floor or what, but anyway, that was a temporary little deal, and after that, but yeah, there's a few around, but compared to sitting inside that net yesterday morning, we're in good shape. Got some coffee ready to put the coffee in over there, so I better get to work. Just checked on my little NOAA weather radio. Good times are going to continue to roll. Got a 20% chance of a little shower in a couple days, but we're not going to worry about that. With Kevin coming in, I think what I'm going to do is late this afternoon I'll take a hike up the trail and see how it is. I think maybe we'll be able to both bring our vehicles down close. Well, close, a mile away, you know, but save him a long walk after the long drive. Plus we'll have him in here closer, and I think we can do it. So we've had I don't know how many days it's been. It's been a week since it rained, that 4 inches, but I'm hoping that the way the things looked around here, I think things have drained out enough that we should be in good shape. Oh, and that weather forecast, besides the small chance of rain, it's going to stay cool like this. I think today might hit up close to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but otherwise that's about as warm as we're talking for the next couple 3 days. So that's good. It seems like it holds those bugs down if it stays a little cooler, especially in the evenings if it's only, you know, that temperature in the daytime. It actually cool come morning and in the late evening. So well, there was a little mosquito there, but no, hey, anytime you can sit out here early June like this, it's good. Well, last night was that typical thing around the cabin on Sunday evenings, the North Country Showcase on the KSJB AM 600, and my Southern California fan club called in, Bud Thompson. That was a real treat. Caught that on film even. So, yeah. Nice to have the supporters all around. Fun. Got to contact Kevin and see if he's on the road coming up or what. Contacted Bonnie, but he hadn't gotten back with her. He just asked what my schedule was, and he thought he might come up today. So I think with this device here, I've got his email here. I can tap that in, and I can send him an email, and he's driving along. His car is going to ping. He can pull over, and I can guide him on in if he has any questions about how to get here, because he's never seen this with green grass. He said I would come here in the wintertime. So we'll check this out. It seems we're always tweaking things here around the cabin, and one little issue we had is that whenever we would plug one of the battery chargers into my 12-volt outlet over there on the wall, it's in the regular wiring system, it would mess up my radio. A lot of static and screaming, and anyway, it just wouldn't work. So I looked on the internet, was at home, and picked up this little unit that got the alligator clips fit in a separate 12-volt battery, and then it's got 4 USB plug-ins there. So just now, as I'm doing all that messing around, I was running through the cameras. Well, I got so many toys. I I had the wrong charger over here. That's for the other camera. Both cameras take different batteries. So anyway, it's just a USB plug. Alright. Stick the batteries in there. Whoop. They're both red, shows it's charging. And also, with 4 USBs, no matter what devices we have going, I can plug in, and this has an internal battery. It's got to be recharged all the time, the new Garmin 600. But I can just plug that in, charge that up too. Again, that's the other battery charger for the other camera batteries. But now I can have the radio on and charge. Well, progress. And while I messed around out there, I got one of the camera's batteries all charged up, and I'm sure the other 2 are almost there. Sure is nice having multiple hookups. Just for an explanation, this clip is before I did the high heat purge of the mosquitoes inside the cabin. That seemed to work so well. Sunday morning, June the 5th, 2022, northern Minnesota. Plenty of water out there, which means plenty of mosquitoes and probably more hatching every day. So, even inside the cabin here, different tricks they've used, they were just getting kind of obnoxious. So I got different things like this around, 4 times like this. Never really had to resort to them, but I think it's going to be a really handy thing to have here as I relax in the cabin. Hurts my visibility a little bit, but I can maybe make a little peek hole here to look out at my spruce grouse show up or anything else going on. But it's better than swatting them all the time. They don't have the wood stove going this morning, so I got this wool cozy over my coffee pot to keep my coffee hot. Got my iPad out for Sunday mornings to put on some good gospel praise music. Sit here and enjoy time. I'm going to have to text Bonnie, send home and see if Kevin's actually going to show up. With the way the bugs are getting, I probably ought to tell him, abort, 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 stay home. But I think I got this one. I got another one over there like it. And then I also have my hammock screened, so I can set him up with a bug-free sleeping zone over here. And we can hang another one of these from the ceiling, so we can sit here, we can talk back and forth through our adjacent bug screens when we're in here. Or we got the screen tent outside, and hopefully the sun will come back out and the weather will change a little bit, and we'll have some hours of respite from the fresh hatches. But, well, it is June. You are in northern Minnesota, so this is what to be expected. We'll see how the day pans out. With company coming tonight, I got everything shined up about as much as you can shine up the old cabin. But got things put away, some things put back out in the shed again. Got the dishes all done, and things pretty well stacked away there. Uh-oh, the Knob Creek. Now, Jim, you can see the black line that I marked when I first got here, and I got a date stamp on that film. But now, I don't think Kevin in bile, so I think you're all right. But I'm just showing that your supply is still good. Well, with Kevin coming in this evening, I thought I'd take advantage and set up a spare bedroom out here. Brought my stuff out here. I let Kevin have the cabin. I'll come out here and listen to the night sounds. But I think this will, even if it rains, it'll keep the rain out. Obviously, the screen's going to keep the bugs out. But if it doesn't, I got a spare bug net here I'm going to work out to work things out, just in case I got to pull it over me in the night if they say they did come in. You don't need the Jay's food in here, but gotta have our sound system. Can't do without that. Man. Let there be light. All the comforts of home. Now I got a pole here. I'm going to try to put that in the ground and loop it over, and then I can tie the light overhead to that. Stay tuned. Well, I think except for the nighttime refreshments or a little reading material, I think I'm pretty well set. Got this set up. I can just reach out here and turn my light on and off. That's good. Yeah. Kevin and I may have to flip for this each night. Especially if there's a lot of nice night sounds out here. I think with the double protection, I don't think I'm going to have any trouble. There's no mosquitoes in here now, and they can't get in, so except for me walking in and out, there shouldn't be any accumulation to worry about. No worse than the cabin. So, yeah, I think with a little tweaking here, we're in good shape. Might move this rod, give me a little more space. I think that looks pretty good in there. Kind of wondered, you know, with the inflation driving cost up so much, I wonder if I could supplement a little income. Well, I wonder how much they'd pay a night. Airbnb for this one. I'm heading up the trail where we drive in. Now, there was standing water in here when I came in, so even with the 4 inches of rainfall that we got, 4.5 that we got, about 10 days ago, you can see that's all drained and dried away, so the rest of the trail should be in really good shape too. I'll pitch these trees off as I go by and bring the vehicle. I think anyway, maybe there's some more water up here, but at least we should be able to come in just past this wet spot here where I did before. That'll make it really nice, and we don't really have much of a chance of any rain coming up, so we're good. Except for this drone. Hey, Kevin?
Yeah.
Poke your head around here. Hey, you still want to come, Kevin? The bugs are getting a little thick up here.
I don't know, I can hardly see it through all them bugs. Jeez. I can hear.
Little camera sitting here in this good location. I'm gonna take the card with me, but I'll check it right now and see what's been coming by. Well, when we turned on the in-camera on-screen thing, we were a little surprised at what a good variety of wildlife we did have come walking by. Although we didn't see them in real life, at least we know that they're around and they're following our tracks. I'll take the card with me, but I'll check it right now and see what's been coming by. Hey, Kevin. You think there's been any wildlife around here?
Yeah, that video, I think maybe a moose and, what was it, that big bear? A little bit around it. I haven't seen much today, but yeah, they're around.
I wonder how long it's been since he's been in our tracks.
They look fairly fresh. Maybe a day or two. It'd be nice to see it, though.
The bear or the moose?
Either one could kind of be trouble if we're not careful. Sometimes I'm more afraid of the moose than the bear.
Keep that in mind.
The bears, they tend to run from you, but the moose they're kind of ornery.
Kevin and I were out looking for orchids down in the swamps, and I said, well, I don't think they're quite out yet. And I was talking about these corals that grow down around the corner, and he's thinking, I think I saw them up at the cabin. And so we got back, and he said, here, look at these. And so here, sure enough, I think these are striped coral root orchid. And this one might just be the ram's head as they're first coming up out of the ground, but it's right on the trail down below, and I put a stick there, so I'll look this fall and see if there's any remnants, see if that's what it is. But it certainly resembles what I saw last year when the plant ended up being the ram's head. After a few really buggy days around the cabin and the bugs being so bad down in the woods, it was just really hard to go out and enjoy. We decided that we'd head into town and we'd spend our last night at a friend's house, and it gave us a chance to go around on some of the roads and some of the area attractions and do some birding without the bugs being quite so bad. And we stopped by this place, and this bird shouldn't be this far east. This is a western kingbird, but they've decided that they like to nest up in this one area, so if anybody up there wants to find a western kingbird, they know right where to go. The spring of 2022 is going to go down in Minnesota history. It was a very, very high water, wet year in the northern part of the state. What you're looking at here, these are commercial sandbags that have been brought in to try to protect this little lakeside resort from the pounding waves when the wind comes up. The lakes are at record levels, and at the end of June, and they're still rising.